Jamie, let's see what you got. Get back to that stringing machine. Let's see how you weave a racket.
Okay.
Wow. Do it again. What are these strings called that you're doing right now? They're going like side to side and east to west. What's that called?
These are the cross strings, Paula. They give you all the control.
Cross strings? Cheekers, creakers, it sounds like they're mad at each other. What are the strings called that go the other way?
Those are the main strings. They give you all the power in your racket.
Power? Man, I should play with all main strings. What about, how do you decide tension on a racket? Have you set that whole thing up for the right tension?
We talk to the member and we come up with a good plan.
And that member knows their game well enough to tell you what they want?
No, but we do.
Oh, good point. And then, what do you do once you have this darn thing strung? How do you know? How do you keep track of everybody's records? What the heck do you do?
We put it on our diagnostic machine, we record everything, we log it, label it, and we can look it up at any time for any member.
Keep working, you can't talk so much. Oh, got a quick question for you though.
All right.
Tell me, how long does it take to string a racket?
It takes me about 15 minutes, but I give myself 30 just so I can talk to you and everyone else.
Oh, you always come back quicker than I do. Got a last question for you. How many knots do you do on one of those darn things?
We do 4 knots on every racket here at the club. It gives everybody a consistent stringing job every time.
Why are 4 knots better than 1?
Well, you have to have at least 2.
Darn. Why are 4 knots better than 2?
I like it because it puts less stress on the strings and it gives a consistent, even tension over the whole string bed.
Oh, really good stuff. Jamie, you're a master racket technician. As we close, how many of those are there in the country?
I think right now there's about 500 in the world right now, about 10% of all the certified stringers.
Wow. You've been doing this a while. I know you do FGCU, men's and women's tennis team frames. You've made our stringing program come up to the latest and greatest, equivalent to those in the Pro Tour. Any last words of advice for anybody? How often should they string?
Often.
I've always heard.
A lot.
That's a good line. I like it. That's very descriptive. I've always heard as many times as you play in a week is a good general rule of thumb.
That's a really good starting point. What I tell people is if they can tell the difference between their old string job and their new string job, they've waited too long.
Oh, great point. Hey, Jamie, I'm going to give you the new high five. You've got to high five this frame with your hand. It's social distancing. Great job.
Okay, racket's done. Getting ready to put the last tie off on. We use a Parnell knot here. It's really a good knot because it holds really well and it doesn't put any tension on the string that it's being tied off to. And she's done. Okay, thanks for hanging out with us today in the Racket Corner. Join us next time where we talk about grips and overgrips.